UDP and TCP. Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the transport layer that we covered in the last lecture, and actually we are going to divide it into two topics, the UDP protocol and the TCP protocol. So the UDP protocol is non-connection oriented. So for example, if we have a machine A that wants to send an information to machine B, and here I have machine B, the flow from A to B is unidirectional. So A don't need to notify, there is no notification when we are sending anything to machine B. Okay, so A just decides to send something to machine B and the machine B is not aware of that. So on its side, B don't actually need to send a confirmation to machine A. Okay, so here we don't have any confirmation, and basically the UDP simply sends information from one user to another without the need to have any confirmation. Okay, so it pretty much just sends information and the chance for errors are way less. So the reason for that is because when you use the UDP protocol, you're pretty much not allowed to transmit information that is related to the sender. And for that reason, the recipient will not be able to know which sended the data. The only thing that the receiver would know is their IP address. So if you look at the main properties of the UDP, we can say that the UDP is unreadable. So there is no concept of packet transmission, for example. So when a UDP packet is sent, it is not possible to know whether the packet has reached its destination or not. Also, the UDP is not ordered, which means that when we send messages, we don't actually receive the first send message first, and so on. So also the diagrams mean that the integrity of the packet delivery is done individually for each packet and can actually be the only way to check if package is delivered correctly by simply checking it. Finally, due to the fact that the UDP doesn't require receiver confirmation, this means that the application is actually quite lightweight comparing to the other transport protocols. And one of the main reasons also is that the UDP has no error recovery. So it is very possible that if we receive an error, that the message simply don't send and we're actually not going to get a notification for that. On the other side, we can have the TCP protocol, which has a few advantages as compared to the UDP protocol. So when using the TCP protocol, the connection is actually ordered. So if I make here the same example with the machines, for example, something wants to be sent from machine A to machine B. So here is B. So let's say we want to send data to machine B. I will write here data. So if you want to send data from machine A to machine B is actually getting first informed that the data is going to arrive to it, and it actually confirms back to machine A that it is okay for receiving this data. Okay, and after machine B is okay, then from A we actually send the actual data to machine B. So the control of this data is based on the mathematical equation and allows you to verify that the transmitted data is actually sent. So for example, if there is a reason for which the message that has been sent was corrupted, we can easily fix that by the automatic feature of the TCP to allow the sender to send the message again upon error of this sending. And for that reason, the TCP protocol is pretty much preferred and is one of the main protocols in the transport layer, and is used with the IP in order to transmit data over the web. So in real life, when you actually want to send data over internet, it first uses the IP protocol. It binds the IP diagrams or the units that you are going to send, and then it knows in advance that the protocol used is going to be the TCP. And the other reason for preferring TCP is that, for example, if you are sending a message between two machines, they can communicate properly and know the status of the message that is being transmitted between them. So as the main properties of the TCP, we can say that it is reliable, and this is because the TCP protocol has the ability to manage attempts that can be made for sending a message if, for example, a packet is lost or corrupted and so on. Also, the messages that has been sent are sent in order, and for that reason this method is quite ordered. And the final thing, due to the complexity of that method, the TCP is quite heavyweight, and this is pretty much due to the fact that the TCP has the ability to verify that the connection can be established through the socket even before a packet can be sent through the web. So if we finally compare the TCP and the UDP, we can say that the main difference, actually the most major difference between the UDP and the TCP, is that the TCP is ordered for connection. It simply sends messages and the receiver receives them. So the main differences between these two methods are, for example, the difference in the data transfer. Obviously on the TCP it is ordered, while on the UDP it's not dedicated to point-to-point connection, and there's no guarantee that the receiver actually receives the data. On the other hand, the TCP is actually way more reliable because it manages to recognize the messages were sent and received by the receiver, while the UDP on the other side cannot basically verify in any physical way that the message has been sent. Also, regarding the connection, the TCP is a protocol, actually has a real connection from one device to another, and they need to be connected in order to be able to send information in both ways. Then the transfer methods is also different because the TCP reads data, as a sequence, and the messages are transmitted within different segments. On the other side, the UDP messages are data packets which are sent individually, and the integrity of that packets is verified only when they arrive. The way both protocols work is also completely different, because on one side TCP connection is established through a process of starting a variety of connections, and once at least one connection is being established, then the transfer of the data can start between both devices, while the UDP works in a different way and the data arrives unordered. It could be duplicated or incomplete. For that reason, TCP is way more used comparing to the UDP. So if you actually need to correct the errors of the data and to be more secure about the data you are sending, you would usually use the TCP protocol, while you would use the UDP on the applications that are based on very small requests. For example, if you have just a few devices that you want them to exchange data, then you might consider using the UDP, as it is way more lightweight. So this was everything, guys, I want to share with you about the TCP and UDP. I hope this lecture was interesting for you and you learned something new. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next lecture.